On that pecan tree lined lane to the kitchen table here at Down on the Farm Radio headquarters, Hop Sing will be serving chicken fried steak, jalapeno gravy, Nanny's yeast rolls, and a cold cucumber salad. But first, let me pour you a glass of iced tea while we take a look at ag weather. As we look at the far northwestern sections of Down on the Farm Country, Abilene's looking for a 97, San Angelo a 96, Ozona, Sonora a 94, and Menard a 95. Tonight, we're looking for a 68 in Abilene, a 65 in San Angelo, 64s in Ozona and Sonora, 63 in Junction. As we move on further down into Down on the Farm Radio territory, we'll consult the San Antonio and Austin offices of the National Weather Service. Hot and dry today under a sunny sky. We'll call Rock Springs 93. We'll call Kerrville and Fredericksburg and Georgetown 93. As we move further south, we're thinking Langtree and Del Rio 100, 102, Uvalde 98, San Antonio 97, Gonzales, Cuero, and LaGrange, y'all are anywhere from 95 to 97. As we look towards Saturday, you good folks down that way are looking for 62 to 70, highs of 93 to 100, and there is something to look at down in the Gulf. It's just the other side of the Yucatan Peninsula. Looks like it might cross over the Yucatan Peninsula, and the 5-day graphic is showing a high chance 70% of tropical cyclone develop over the next 5 days, and it kind of looks like they've got it skirting the Mexican coast right this second, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. Neighbor, let's take a look at those commodities of ag interest. Now remember this, do not use these prices as certainties because they are delayed, so don't use them to make a trade. December corn 507 1/4 down 2 3/4. November beans down 3/4 at 12.69 3/4. D-speen meal 339.70 by the ton, up $1.80. Your Kansas City hard red winter wheat December contract 679 1/2 down 3 1/2. December live cattle down 17 at 128.62. October feeder cattle down $1.10 at 158.10. October lean hogs down 155 at 83.92. December number 2 cotton down 15 at 93.37. Your October West Texas intermediate crude up 141 at 69.55. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest. Neighbor, we've got some ground to cover, so let's head to the Texas Farm Bureau Radio News Desk, see who's on deck and what their topic is. Today's edition of Texas News and Views, brought to you by your local Farm Bureau Insurance Agency.
The White House addresses Packer concentration. I'm Kerry Martin with Texas News and Views on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. A new White House report outlines problems with concentration in the meatpacking industry. With 4 companies controlling over 3/4 of the nation's beef supply, beef prices surging for consumers, and prices stagnating for cattle producers.
It raises a concern about pandemic profiteering.
That's Brian Deese. He directs the President's National Economic Council, which just released a report detailing the situation in the U.S. meat industry.
These price increases that are affecting consumers are not happening in isolation, and that companies are making decisions to drive these price increases.
Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack says the administration will pursue actions to accomplish 2 main goals.
Goal number 1 is to make sure that farmers get a fair return for their efforts and their capital investment. And the second goal is to make sure that when consumers go to the grocery store and at the checkout counter, they get fair prices.
That will be one of several topics discussed at the first meeting of the President's Competition Council. Cotton condition ratings have declined over the past week, but it wasn't Hurricane Ida's fault. USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey points the finger right here at the Lone Star State.
You can blame that on Texas. We have seen some hot weather, especially in the last couple of weeks. It's turned a bit drier, and at least the perception of the growers is that that's taking a bit of a hit on the Texas cotton crop, which last week was rated 68% good to excellent. That number has dipped sharply to 54%.
Here's how the Texas ratings came out. As Rippy mentioned, 54% of the crop rated good to excellent, 37% rated fair, and 9% of the crop now rated poor to very poor. A few other numbers in the report showing that 92% of the crop now setting bolls, 28% with open bolls. Still no harvest progress numbers in this weekly report, although we do know that harvest is moving full speed ahead in the valley and the coastal bend. In fact, we've seen several reports on social media showing that some farmers have wrapped up their cotton harvest for the 21 crop. As far as other crops are concerned, the report shows that 53% of the corn crop is now harvested here in Texas, 66% of the sorghum now harvested. U.S. beef exports set another value record in July. Data released by USDA and compiled by the U.S. Meat Export Federation shows export value climbed 45% from a year ago to just over $939 million, while volume was the third largest of the post-BSE era at 122,000 metric tons. That's up 14% year over year. I'm Kerry Martin on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Neighbor, you folks still have time to get up to Cameron and get some cattle bought. While Hop Sing feeds us, y'all can travel. And we'll speak to Kenny Mingus while you head that direction. They're selling cattle in Cameron. I spoke with him last night about what the sale will be like today. Kenny, refresh our memory.
We're going to be pretty busy, Larry. We've got a lot of strings of cattle. Quality's good. And right now we got about 1,600. I put out we're going to have 19 to 2,000. If they kind of keep putting in like they are, we might have a few more than that, Larry. Not much for stocker cows. Probably palpated about 40 cows today. Got about 7, 8, 10 pair in the barn so far right now. But we do have a herd sellout next week. About 75 cows from one man that we're going to advertise on Facebook. And but lots of calves, big strings of cattle. You know, one man's got 100, one man's got 200. A lot of guys got 25 to 40. So good. Quality's good, and we'll just sell them as high as we can.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Kenny.
You bet. Just catch us at the office Monday through Wednesday at 254-697-6697. You can follow us on our webpage at MilamCountyLivestockAuction.com or catch us on Facebook.
We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you Monday. See how it all shook out. Bye-bye.
Sounds good.
Neighbor, quick reminder about the live and online public auction Saturday, September the 11th, 9 a.m., Highway 90, D'Hanis, Texas, approximately 7 miles west of Hondo. Lutz Auction Service, Dwayne Lutz, 830-931-4312. How about a Brilliant Crumbler? How about a John Deere 650 32-foot disc with a 23-foot blade? How about a John Deere 8245R Power Shift, 4,043 hours. They say it's real nice. Need a skid steer bucket or a skid steer fork? How about vehicles, tools, ATVs, much more? 830-931-4312. LutzAuctionService.com. salesbybud.com. And neighbor, while you're headed that direction, you can get some cattle bought up in Lexington tomorrow morning. So just spend a night up that direction and buy some more cattle, bring them home tomorrow. Russell Heller, Lexington Livestock. What's the sale looking like?
Yes, sir. I know about 3 or 4 sets of calves, Larry. One's 50 head. They'll be black and black motley face, probably weigh 5.5 to 7. And the other ones are Charolais crosses and one set of blacks.
All right. Any cows come in yet?
Yes, sir. We got a couple of cows in, some crossbred cows and 7 or 8 kind of oaky cows came in so far. Somebody can take half of them home and the other ones need to be weighed.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the Saturday sale in Lexington.
Yes, sir. You can get me on my cell, and that number is 979-820-7002.
Neighbor, quick reminder about the live and online public auction Saturday, September the 11th, 9 a.m., Highway 90, D'Hanis, Texas, approximately 7 miles west of Hondo. Lutz Auction Service, Dwayne Lutz, 830-931-4312. How about a Brilliant Crumbler? How about a John Deere 650 32-foot disc with a 23-foot blade? How about a John Deere 8245R Power Shift, 4,043 hours? They say it's real nice. Need a skid steer bucket or a skid steer fork? How about vehicles, tools, ATVs, much more? 830-931-4312. LutzAuctionService.com. salesbybud.com. We are on the line with Madison Bexley from Lockhart Livestock. They sell them every Thursday. Maddie, how are you today?
Good morning, Larry. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Let's walk the pens.
Today we had 1530 with 193 cows and 28 bulls, 207 sellers, and 83 buyers. On the stocker cows, the market was pretty good. We had a lot of players yesterday. The front end of the pairs would have brought from 12 to 1675. The mediocre and middle age from 850 to 1150. The good bred cows from 950 to 15 1/4. Mediocre middle aged and short breds from 6 1/4 to 9 1/4. The longhorn and the plainer end of the cows from 350 to 600. Packer cows and bulls would have been 1 to 3 higher on a real active market yesterday. The good high yielding cows from 70 to 83 1/2. The medium yielding from 58 to 69. Low yielding and lightweight cows from 30 to 57. The good high yielding Packer bulls from 90 to 99. The low, medium yielding and lightweight bulls from 65 to 89. Calves and yearlings yesterday, we ended up having a really good day. We had 3 or 4 new order buying companies that were represented, and the market was real active. Most classes would have been steady to 2 to 3 higher. All in all, it was a great day.
Are you aware of anything for next week?
No, sir. Hopefully we can get some business drummed up between now and then.
I'd be willing to bet that you do. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Maddie.
Yeah, Larry, you can always check us out on Facebook, or you can call the barn at 512-398-3476. My cell phone at 979-540-9793. Or you can ring Bubba at 512-461-6091.
Neighbor, remember Meatheads, 3187 North U.S. Highway 183 in Gonzales. Call 830-672-2135. Are you having a party? Call ahead. They'll take care of you. You might even want to utilize this steel deal for that party. 8 pork chops, 4 T-bones, 4 beef sirloin tips, 8 1-pound boxes of hamburger, and 4 1-pound pan sausage packs for $85. And don't forget, if you want to buy a whole or a half or a quarter, they've got cattle on feed. They can help you get it done. That's Meatheads, 830-672-2135, 3187 North U.S. Highway 183 in Gonzales, 830-672-2135. We're on the line with Jody Fry from Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo. Jody, how did the Thursday sale turn out?
I had a good sale. Had over 900 head of cattle today compared to last week. Calling these calves and yearlings kind of $1 to $3 lower. I'd say most of that decline coming on those light to medium weight heifer calves. Still good demand, but on a slightly lower market. Slaughter cows selling weak to $1 lower. Slaughter bulls selling about steady. Replacement bred cows and pairs selling fully steady to slightly higher. Best demand for those young cow-calf pairs and the young heavy bred cows we had on offer today. Your better quality steers, 400 to 600 pounds from 140 up to that high of near 185, mostly 145 to 160. 600 to 800 pound steers from 120 up to a high of around 155, mostly 125 to 145. Better quality heifer calves, 400 to 600 pounds from 120 up to a high of 155, mostly 130 to 140. Average to high yielding slaughter cows from 50 to 66. Did still have some of the highest yielding slaughter cows from 69 to 73. Thinner or low yielding type cows, still some of those from 33 to 49. Slaughter bulls, average to high yielding from 70 to 86. Still some of the highest yielding slaughter bulls from 87 all the way up to a high of 99. Bred cows and 2-year-olds, average to better quality, medium to heavy breds from 750 to 1100. Did have a few small packages of young heavy bred cows from 1200 to 1400 a head. Cow-calf pairs, average to better quality pairs, 1050 to 1275. A few of the front end type pairs from 1300 to a high of near $1,500 a pair.
What do you anticipate for this next week?
Well, sheep and goat numbers should creep back up. We was a little light because of the Labor Day weekend this past Tuesday. I expect at least 6,000 or more, maybe as many as 7,000. Cattle numbers, we got a special calf sale in conjunction with the regular Thursday sale coming up on Thursday. So probably 1,000 or more cattle at next Thursday sale.
Jody Fry, tell everybody how to get a hold of y'all.
You bet. Call us there at the office at 325-653-3371. My mobile phone would be 234-7895.
We appreciate it, and we'll talk with y'all next week.
Sounds good, Larry.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the grains before we go. Courtesy of John Tuggle & Company, Corpus 800-288-4453. Milo through Corpus in September by the 10th. D's plus 65, 1027. Yellow corn to Corpus in September, D's plus 85.90. Hard red winter wheat to Houston in September, D's plus 87.62 3/4. And number one beans to Houston, September, October delivery, November less 30, 12.40 and a half. 919 bale of Texas cotton moved yesterday, 90.06 to 93.16. Neighbor, it looks to me like that's it for the most popular farm and ranch news program in Texas. No brag, just fact. We are down on the farm. I'm Larry Marble, and you're my neighbor. Neighbor, if you're on the network, Hop Sing will feed us Kolach this afternoon, and I'll be pouring the iced tea and the cups of coffee. Until then, grab yourself a couple of bottles of water. Don't get dehydrated out there. We want you back down the Pecan Tree Lined Lane to snack with us this afternoon.